Alright, now let's check out the new mystery that we got. Noise. While the professor was meeting with Lady Dahlia, Reinhold Manor was rocked by a noise so loud it shook the walls of the mansion and scared off Claudia. What could the source of that noise be? Alrighty, before we leave, let's at least do this. Look, there's a hidden puzzle here, Professor. The Vanishing Cube. So this is another match-moving puzzle. Basically, we have these little matches made up into 4 cubes. We have to move one of the matches so that the 4 cubes is turned into a 3 cube. And the way we do that is do this. Right over here.
How does this sound? Professor, I've solved it!
Yeah. Moving the single match strips, provides this little perspective of the scene. Here's another one of those, like, optical illusions type of puzzles. Piece of cake! Now let's go find more puzzles! Before we do that, you can be Simon if you want.
The name's Simon. I'm Baron Reinhold's nephew. My father is the little brother of Gordon here. Or rather, he was until he kicked the bucket, as they say. But I digress. See here, the famous Professor Layton. I thought you'd have more presence. Well, never mind that. I'll take you. Won't you mind if I throw a puzzle your way? It shouldn't prove difficult for a man of your ability. Yes, if you're as good as they say, this shouldn't amount to such more than a distraction.
You are not eating that fucking cracker till you read all your lines! Okay, you can eat your cracker now. Alright, arch and line. As shown in the diagram below, you have 1/4 of a circle. Within the circle is rectangle ABCD, which touches the edge of the circle at point D. Assuming point B is located at the center of the circle, how long is diagonal line AC? So we have one for 5 inches right here. And then we got another 5 inches over there. Don't, okay, there's one thing about Professor Layton games, like, you can think, but don't try to overthink it if you can. Because sometimes the answer is just as simple as doing something simple.
What's, circumference of a circle is radius times...
Okay, stop right there. Don't, I'll say this right now. If you're thinking about doing a complicated algebra equation, don't.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared?
No, that won't work either. So we got 5 inches, which assumingly this is B and D. Or at the very least, it's 5 inches from somewhere, but we got 5 inches right here, and another 5 inches over there.
7.
You think it's 7?
There we go.
First wrong answer.
Frankly, I'm ashamed.
No, no. Look at this again. You shouldn't have to do any difficult calculations to get the answer. Alright, well, we're gonna try again. And yeah, as I said, we've lost some picorettes. So now we're at 18. And again, Joseph can use the hint coins if he wants to.
I don't know. You tell me.
Alright, well, all you gotta do is add 5 and 5 together.
It cannot be 10.
It's 10.
There we go. Every puzzle has an answer.
Righto. Diagonal line AC is the exact same length as diagonal line BD. BD is the same length of the radius of the circle, so once you figure that out, the only thing you have left to do is add 5 and 5. So yeah, it is that simple. Again, that's why I said, like, don't bother with complicated calculation problems with these games. Otherwise, you're gonna get answers like those. And I guess I'll read for him. Ho ho, it appears that you're the real deal, Professor. I apologize for doubting you there. It seems you've quite the mind for puzzles. How unfortunate that you must waste your time on one of these ridiculous cat chases. They happen all the time, yet every time that cat slips out, Lady Dahlia causes the biggest fuss. Don't even bother trying to talk her down. The best thing you could do is just go find that cat. If you're as bright as they say, you should have no trouble tracking down one little cat, right? Alrighty. Alright, so let's get out of here. Alright, we're off to find Claudia. And there she is. Professor, there she is. Drat, she ran off. We can't stop now. Let's give chase, Luke. Last that burns. You could do this voice. It looks like the engine blew out. You sure? Because this is the one where I said this is the Waluigi voice.
So, this is St. Mystia, eh? The friend stomping ground of the late button August Reinhold.
Okay, you sound like a mix between Waluigi and Stitch.
Waluigi. I wonder what kind of tricks the old coot set up in this village before he shuffled off. Oh, Layton, you ridiculous dandy. Just you wait. All the treasure you seek will be mine.
Alrighty, well, let's go give chase. Now, you don't necessarily have to talk to everyone in here, but I think it would be good just to get a good idea where Claudia is. Oh, it's you, Mr.
Please call me Ramon. Oh, can I be of some assistance?
As a matter of fact, yes, Ramon. Lady Dahlia's cat slipped out of the house. Have you seen her about?
Do you mean dear Claudia? I think I saw her pass through here and run into the town a moment ago.
If that's the case, I sure wish he bothered to catch her before she ran away. Well, before we do, puzzle. Huh. Look, there's a hole in that boat there. Oh, Professor, that reminds me. Have you ever heard the one about the sinking ship? Sinking ship. SOS. 15 people are trapped aboard a ship that's going to sink in exactly 20 minutes. The only chance for survival is a 5-person life raft stored in their vessel. To make matters worse, the waters around the ship are teeming with man-eating sharks, so swimming to safety is out of the question. A round trip to the nearest island and back to the boat takes 9 minutes on raft. How many people will live to see dry land? So, okay. So, alright, so we have 15 people on that ship. And the only way of survival is through a boat, which can only hold 5 people at a time. And to that island. And since the ship has 20 minutes to sink, we also have to keep that in mind. So let's say, alright, so the first 5 goes to the island right over here. And that's 9 minutes right there. Now, one person's going to have to roll the ship back, so right now only 4 people are on that island. So with that 4 people... that 4 people is going to go, actually here, let me make this easy for you. So, we got 15. This is a 5 for the raft. And this is a 4 for the island, because like I said, one person is going to have to use the raft to get back to the ship. So, since we have 4, we already have 10 right here. So, of that one person that's coming back to the ship, now only 4 people are going to have to go on that ship. So... we got 4 right over here, and of those 4 are 8. Now that's 9 minutes.
They get back with 2 minutes to spare.
They get with 2 minutes to spare. So basically, 4 minus 10, that's 6. So so that's going to be another 4, and now that's 9 minutes. So the ship is all gone. So now basically, actually, let me clear this one. So
it's 3 going to die.
no, actually 2 are gonna die because there's 6. Because don't forget, the person's also the 5th and final person too. So the last one we had 8, so that's 5 people in that boat, which makes it a total of 13. And the question is, how many people will live to see dry land? And we know the answer to that: 13.
There we go.
Alright.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Nicely done. Look at it. A moment of silence for the 2 people that didn't make it. A moment of silence for the 2 imaginary people that didn't make it. Wait, there were imaginary people? Wow, great answer, Professor. It took me 5 times as long to get that one. Yeah, not the only one. Alrighty. Alright, this is you, Just.
Give me a moment. I'm going to make a phone call.
Okay. Oh, there's at least read something. You need something? You do, don't you? Yep, I can see it on your face. You're an open book is what you are. Excuse me, but you didn't happen to see Lady Dahlia's cat come through here a moment ago, did you? Ah, the fluffy white killer? Yeah. I think she ran toward the town square. Yep, she went that way. Hey Joshua, how's it going? Nice to see you here. I see. Thank you. Think nothing of it, buddy. If only all questions were that easy to answer. Well then, I'll be off. Who would have thought he turned out to be such a nice guy? Shall we head for the town square then? Indeed, let's be off. Hold on. Let's take a look at what's behind the blue door. Do you see it? The blue door over there appears to be open a crack. Care to take a look inside? Alrighty, let's take a look in here. Alright. Let's do this first. There's something I find very charming about this chair. Oh, that reminds me, Luke. Have you ever heard of this one before? Alrighty. A new multi-purpose event hall has been built in the center of your town. It will be used for everything from concerts to sporting events to conventions. So we have 5 chairs here, and one of these chairs is suitable for the auditorium and such. Now, for anyone that's actually worked on places like, you know, that has auditoriums and has to stack up chairs and everything, the answer is pretty obvious on which chair you need to use to stack them up, which is E.
I think I've got it. I did it! Yes!
Well done. I suppose this puzzle was too easy for you, my boy. I got a painting scrap. Look here, my boy. This extinguished candle has reminded me of a simply wonderful puzzle. How many are left? 10 candles stand burning in the dining room. A strong breeze blows in through an open window and extinguishes 2 of them. You check back later and you see 1 more candle has gone out. So to make sure no more flames caught out or go out, you shut the window. Now, assuming the wind doesn't extinguish any more candles, how many candles do you have left in the end? This is another tricky one that you have to be careful. So the puzzle explained that 3 of the candles were burned out because of the wind. So you shut off the windows. Now, normally, for some people, some might just ignore the candles and continue on with their meal. But for this guy, he relights the 3 candles that were extinguished from the flames. So, because of that, the amount of candles that you will have left in the end is actually the same number that has been extinguished during the wind, which is 3. Correct. The 7 candles that manage to stay lit will melt down completely. The only candles that remain in the end are the 3 that have been extinguished by the wind, as I just pointed out. Excellent work, my boy. Sometimes it's important to consider the obvious, too. Delving too deep into the implied can cause misconceptions. Alrighty. Hey, too. I'm in a real pickle. Would you? Help me out here, would you? I'm in a real pickle. What seems to be the problem, sir? Some knucklehead went and raised a bridge while I was on break. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, that shouterhead made off with my only bridge crank. Oh dear, so you mean to say... You got it, buddy. Until that thing shows up, no one's getting in or out of town. I'm still looking for that blasted crank, but I'm seeing too much red to get anything done here. What kind of punk pulls a prank like this anyhow? Oh yeah, I found this dude out in the street while I was out looking for my crank. Got any idea what it is? Hey, this is another mini-game we have, and this one's Justin's mini-game. So, again, much like the painting one, he won't be able to do it just yet till we get all the pieces. But this one is a very easy mini-game for him. In fact, I would say the mini-games here are not as much mini-games, but more just stuff you collect throughout the game. I mean, there are some mini-game aspects to this game, but compared to the later games and such, yeah, the mini-games are nothing more than just collectibles, is what they are. So, yeah, from here you will try to assemble various mechanical parts you've gathered through town. And we got another thing added to our mysteries, so let's take a look here. The crank. Someone has stolen the crank that controls St. Mystia's drawbridge, the sole portal in and out of town. Until the crank is recovered, there's no way to leave the town. Why would somebody want to steal a drawbridge crank? Alrighty. And we see Claudia, but let's go in here first. And you mind pulling out that hand coin picture real quick? When you get the time. We are on chapter 2.
Where at?
Yeah, chapter. We're a place called right here, Ronnie's. Okay. There you go, found it. Alright, let's go to this one. Who wants to be Ronnie?
Yep.
Okay. This is the town hall. What business do you have here? If you just moved to town, I strongly advise that you fill out a change of address form. Oh no, we aren't here for anything like that. Regardless, all town hall visitors must complete the proper forms. You can start with this one. Alrighty, triangles and ink. Alright, there are 2 shapes, one large and one small, each made up of little triangles. Dipping your fountain pen into the ink one time gives you enough ink to draw 4 little triangles, as you see right here, as depicted by the shape on the left. So, with that in mind, how many times do you have to dip your pen in the ink in order to draw the shape of in the right here that's made up of 36 triangles? This is another tricky one, so be a little careful. So, you would think, so you're probably thinking on your first go is probably 9. Because it says here that, like, doing it one time will give you 4 little triangles. So you would think, okay, well, 4 times 9, that's 36. Not necessarily. So the thing you have to only worry about the triangles that are pointing up. Don't worry about the middle one, because even with or without the middle one, you will still get a triangle either way. So what you would do is that, here's your first triangle. So it would be something like 1, 2, 3. And then if you make another one right here, that's 4, 5. So, and then 6. So that's basically 2 times. So here's 1 time. Here's the second. Here's the third. Here's... let's see. I'm trying to figure out how they did it on this cell, because I actually know the answer. Okay, here's an easy way. Just count the triangles that are just basically pointing up. And then divide that by whatever number is divisible by that number. So right now we got 6, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I messed up 15, 16, I messed up 16, 17. If you think my writing is bad, you should see how I write in real life. 18, 19, 20, and 21. So take 21 divided by whatever number, and you should be able to get your answer, which in this case it's 7.
Luke, here's my answer. Another puzzle solved.
That's correct. Your first so yeah, as I said, it would be divide 36 triangles by 4, but a closer look shows you that the four triangle clusters actually form into 3 triangles. So yeah, if you apply this way of thinking, then basically you'll be able to get your answer. Nicely done. As you might have noticed, everyone in this town is simply crazy about puzzles. I strongly advise you to solve as many puzzles as you can. Oh, and while I'm at it, I strongly advise you to drop in on Granny Riddleton next door. We'll talk about her in the next session. Or possibly in this session. She's a venerable treasure trove of puzzle-related informalia. Just be aware that she's not always home. Alright, we got the gizmo. Alrighty. Before we leave, we got a hidden puzzle here. There's a hidden puzzle here. Red and black cards. 50. Alright, a jokerless deck of 52 cards sits on the table. The cards are shuffled thoroughly and divided into two stacks of 26 cards labeled A and B. If you divide the cards as described above and check the contents of each pile 1,000 times, how many times could you expect the number of red cards in one pile to match the number of black cards in the other? So this one's sort of another tricky one, but it's not too bad once you think about it. So we got 52, and it's jokerless, so don't worry about the joker. You divide it up into 26 cards as shown below. First 26 are all black, and the next 26 are all red. Now they didn't say anything about shoulds or anything. They just want to know how many times, will you get the same number of red cards as to match up with the number of black cards. And while checking it 1,000 times.
It's 1 out of 52.
1 out of 52. And if you do it 1,000 times.
Okay, well, 1,000 divided by 50 is 200. So, it'd be less than 200. So, it would be...
Think it would be less than 200?
Way less, yeah.
Alright.
Let's see. 1,000... This is where you get a calculator.
Well, remember what I said about the last puzzle, don't worry too much about convoluted math.
19 times.
Think 19? Alright. Yeah, I know. This is what I mean about, yeah. 19. Okay. Yeah, this is what I mean about, yeah, even if you draw the number, sometimes they think, oh, you mean this number? No. But, no, that's not the answer.
Oh, I was sure.
Give it another just give it another shot. We're not even gonna give you a hit. Just give it another shot, asshole. Yeah, we're down to 45. Okay. You want a hint, or you just want me to tell you?
Just tell me.
It's 1,000.
What? What?
Yes.
I think I've got it.
Remember, Professor Layton sometimes likes to trick you up, thinking like, you know, oh, you mean this answer, but no, sometimes it's as simple as, you know, the exact same question. You can expect a corresponding number of red and black cards to show up between the piles 1,000 times out of 1,000 tries. There are 26 cards of each color in a 52 card deck. Oop, I accidentally skipped it. Whatever. But basically, all they're saying is that, like, you know, if you just keep, you know, putting them back as they were, and if you keep checking them 1,000 times, then you're gonna get the same results 1,000 times. Phew, that was a real mind twister. Alrighty. Alright, let's go get Claudia. We're really gonna have to tell Toy Bonnie, I don't know if he's still coming, but we're really gonna have to tell Toy Bonnie, all the stuff that he has missed, so we get him catch up. Aha! Fluffy, check. Purple bow, check. Solemn expression, check. No doubt about it, that's Claudia. Good eye, Luke.
Okay. This is what it says.
Okay.
You could expect a corresponding number of red and black cards to show up between the piles 1,000 times out of 1,000 tries. There are 26 cards of each color in a 52 card deck. If you form two piles of 26 randomly selected cards from this deck, the number of red cards in a pile is equal to 26 cards minus the number of black cards in pile A. In pile B, the situation is reversed, no matter how the cards are divided. The number of red cards in pile A will be equal to the number of black cards in pile B.
And vice versa.
And vice versa. Oh, okay, so it's like, for example, if stack A had 10 black, therefore the total is 16 red cards in the deck. And therefore, in which case the total of black cards is 16 cards in B and 10 red cards. And vice versa. Okay.
Yeah. Good eye, Luke. Now that we located her, the question at hand is how to go about catching her. Leave this one to me, Professor. Ah, yes. I've forgotten that you have a way with animals. Well, go right ahead then. Here, Claudia. Here, girl. Aye! I can't really go that high. Luke, are you alright? I'm sorry I wasn't much help, Professor. She's far feistier than I imagined. Who wants to be Deke? Yes, Deke. Who wants to be Deke?
Toy Bonnie should be.
Is he there though?
No.
Well, let's check.
He's not. I checked.
Okay. We'll check again. Okay, that was okay. I guess I'll be him then.
Yeah, I saw that cat. She almost scratched out your eye. I'll catch her, you say? Thanks, but no thanks. I like living. You see that ferocious beast? I'm not going anywhere near her.
Could you at least tell us in which direction she ran off?
I saw that killer scurry off westward. She had fangs the size of daggers.
Alrighty, well, let's go to the west. Oh, I almost forgot. We ought to visit the local inn and see if we can pursue some rooms for the night. Sounds good to me, Professor. I was certain I saw an inn near the entrance to the village, just south of the plaza we're in. Let's head over right now and see if we can't set up some lodging. So, rather than looking for a cab, we're gonna stop by the inn. What the fuck, Professor? Alrighty. Hey, Justin, it's Sketch and Scarfin. Your turn.